Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we are taking a last look at my 80-liter tank that I set up a few months ago because, as you can see, it is a complete fail. It is becoming overrun with algae. I kind of let it go myself as well. But it's important to understand why it's a fail because I did learn something very important about the environment in which I am in right now and how it works and how I can make it work. And this is not it. So the little fishies will spend just a few more hours here until I set up everything, and they will be moved in my quote-unquote Dutch tank, which is ready, it is cycled, it is balanced, and I really cannot wait to populate it with fish and get rid of this setup. Right, so I'm gonna start with the root cause of all of these issues, and this is my decision to cover the aqua soil with gravel, which, you know what, it's not a bad idea, and I'm sure many people do it. It is just a bad idea for me here where I am and the water that I use pretty much. So if we go back to the setup of this tank, you might notice that I use Tropica aqua soil, which is a substrate that doesn't necessitate you to cover it with anything. It can be used as it is, and you can actually put more nutritious substrates under it. But I covered it because I was kind of sick and tired of the black substrate. And it looked very, very nice with the quartz gravel on top. I'll give it that. I really enjoyed it. It looked very whimsical, and I still do enjoy it. It looks pretty natural to me, even though right now the quartz is not all that white anymore. It is rather browny green due to the algae. But anyway, I did enjoy that aspect of it. But the thing is, aqua soil generally has a positive influence on the water and the water chemistry in a tank, particularly if you are using a source of water which is not ideal, let's say for plant growing, such as I do. If you know me from the orchid channel, you know that here I have pretty hard water with a very high pH. And I personally like to mix it with the reverse osmosis water for the orchids. The problem is I don't have enough for the aquariums as well, and it would cost me a little too much to use it for the aquariums as well. Not to worry, it is not impossible to use tap water, which is hard and has a high pH if you know how to condition it. And the thing is, aqua soil has this conditioning capacity of not only reducing the pH of the water, but also softening it to some degree. Now, let me just show you a quick strip test that I did on this tank compared to one of the other tanks that I have, which does not have the aqua soil covered by quartz gravel. Do we see a little bit of a difference there, not only in pH, but also in general hardness? Yeah, apparently, when you cover aqua soil, you kind of finish off that ability of the soil to condition the water. My other tanks are using strictly tap water, but because the soil conditions the water permanently without being obstructed by gravel on top, the overall pH and general hardness are much lower in those tanks, and that actually reflects on plants. And some of you might already know this if you're already growing houseplants. Plants generally absorb nutrients best at a either slightly acidic pH, either neutral pH. With orchids, we're trying to aim for that slightly acidic. With planted tanks, we aim for the same thing. We aim for 6.5 to 7, 7.2, something like that. At least I am trying to obtain that because this is the range in which most or the vast majority of nutrients are being absorbed by plants without obstruction. If we go too high on the pH scale, some nutrients become much harder to absorb. Hence, we're starting to see deficiencies even though we dose fertilizer, but most importantly, and this is what's happening here, nutrients remain in the water and become excessive over time. And who benefits from these nutrients that plants do not absorb? Yes, the algae. And from here starts a vicious cycle that keeps going, and it's hard to repair. Algae start to gain terrain because of those excess nutrients and start to affect the plants. A plant that is affected by algae is usually not healthy. So we're starting to damage them on two fronts. One is the lack of nutrients that they simply cannot absorb due to the high pH. And second is the algae on the plant. As the plant gets weaker, the algae gets stronger, and in the end you end up with something like this, There are worst cases, but this is not good either. This is pretty bad in my eyes. And quite frankly, there is no way for me to fix it without starting to use algicides and stuff, which I simply do not do. I refuse to do it. I like to find that perfect balance myself because I know I can. And you have to remember that whenever you add something that is supposed to kill something else, you kind of have to be careful because usually it affects other living things as well. So personally, I do not like to use algicides. I like to try and find the balance naturally, and if I cannot find it, then definitely I did something wrong. And that's a good thing, because if we are to blame, it means that we can fix it as well. And this is exactly what happened here. I can totally fix this by removing the gravel and adding aqua soil without obstructing it, without putting anything on top, and starting over. I need to remove all the decorations and properly clean them. I also need to remove the plants, which are still salvageable, the vast majority of them. I can de-algify them using some algicides, but I will not use algicides in my fish tank. Fish will not come in contact with those algicides. I'll have a separate bucket. I'm gonna treat the plants. I did it before. I totally can salvage them. And once the plants are healthy again, or are starting not to be so stressed because of the algae, then they will start to bounce back much faster. Coupled with the fact that I will offer them a good pH, it's okay. I can totally save these plants. So in the end, my decision of covering the aqua soil was not actually a great idea. And remember at the time I told you that, oh, it's the best thing that I did because the soil didn't leach out nutrients. Yeah, that's a good thing. It actually didn't leach out as many nutrients in the startup phase. It kept them there. But see, it also didn't condition the water, which, as it turns out, is really, really important with the water source that I have and that I can use at the moment. So, learning from this experience, I managed to find balance really, really easy by simply using the aqua soil as it is without any type of gravel. Now, if I do want to create a scape with some sort of gravel in the middle, like a little trail, that's a totally different story. If I want to do an island scape, again, it's a totally different story. The point is not to have obstructed aqua soil. If the soil can be on the sides, and if I want to put some gravel in the front to imitate like the beach, that's a totally different thing. Does not apply to what I just said. But for me, with the water source that I use, I need to keep this aqua soil in contact, as it were, with the water directly for it to work as it should. So this, I believe, is the tank that I used for the test comparison. And I think visually, the tank speaks for itself as well. It looks much cleaner. It actually has no algae, and I did not use any substance to clear out this tank. I also started with a dark start. I let it cycle in the dark. And then after a month, I planted it, and that helped a lot as well. Had minimal algae because the tank was already balanced when I planted. The downside is the plants are kind of tiny and young. They were, most of them, in vitro cups, so it's gonna take a while until they grow, but that's fine. However, plant health-wise, this is a much healthier tank. So my dream of having all quartz gravel on top is not achievable if I want to use my tap water, but hey, I did my thing. I'm over it now. I'm back to the black gravel. I will just add some lawn plants. That's how I like to call them. They're actually foreground plants that stay very tiny. They look like grasses. Yeah, I'm gonna have those if I don't want to see the very dark substrate anymore. But yeah, that's the key for me to a successful scape. So yeah, sadly the story ends here. I'll make sure to add this update into, well, I'm not gonna create a playlist. I'll put it in the top comment on the other video when I set up this tank, and I'll make sure to add down below the video in which I did set up this tank. But yeah, just so you know, I would not do it again. It doesn't work out. I do believe that maybe for other people who use other types of waters, it might work out great. Personally, I suspect it has to do with the pH. By the way, I believe there is a big misconception in the plant-to-tank hobby, let's say. Everybody thinks the culprit is the general hardness. It is not. It is indeed true that with a harder water source comes higher pH, but pH is manageable. You can lower it through many options, not necessarily with substances. You can add tannins, you can add botanicals that release tannins and other acids in the water, and also using aqua soil absolutely helps. So there are indeed ways to deal with the pH. I would not go directly to reverse osmosis water if your tap water is kind of hard and has a high pH. I would definitely try with the aqua soil first, and then if it doesn't work out and you have the means necessary to use only reverse osmosis water, which you should remineralize by the way, then yeah, go ahead and use that. But for me, the tap water is fine as long as I use it in conjunction with an uncapped aqua soil. So that is about it. We're ending the chapter on this tank. Today, what I have planned is to move the fish, which will take a few hours, but at the end of the video, I will show you the fishies in their new little home. Alrighty, so with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you learned something. Let me know down below if you've ever capped aqua soil, what type of water you have, and how did it work out for you? Because yeah, for me, did not work out, sadly. Looked nice for a little while, but now definitely looks horrifying. But the good thing is I can fix it. I did it, I can undo it. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more aquarium videos and stay tuned for the final shots with the fishies in their new home. I'll see you next time. Bye.